Sometimes the hardest thing you go through is recognizing that all the healing, all the work, all the things you've learned and studied so that you can fix yourself and feel better about yourself is depleting. And there's a kind of shame about it. There's a there's a shame of like not being fixed yet with all like the healing modalities you have and the knowledge and the books and the information you have received, and like you'll feel better some days, and then you feel like you go back to the square zero, and at some point it just feels exhausting. It's like exhausting because there's an idea of who you expect to become once you quote unquote heal. Now, what's interesting, when I left the video where it's about the spirituality is not meant for empaths, or I forgot the title, but anyway, you'll find it there. I have like I rushed out of the bathroom. It was downloads, and I had a towel on my head. That video there. So this incredibly beautiful soul left such a beautiful comment, so truth. So I'm going to read it here because there's so much insights in it, so that you know that you're not alone in this feeling. I remember feeling those exact things a few years ago when I heard really clearly, step away. So I'm going to read this out, feel through it, see how it feels for you, and if you resonate or not, and whatever information comes through for you, because we're all powerful beings, right? So she left, regarding that video, this comment: maybe this is why I have been doing everything I can possibly think of to heal for all those years, and right now, today, I feel worse and more dead and empty inside, and I'm barely clinging on to a fraying thread of hope. Nobody knows, but maybe you do. God, so much work and effort and pain. No wonder I feel so annoyed by certain things I read or hear people say, and always wish I could just say to them, stop, that's not right for me. Please consider what your own original thoughts might be, instead of just repeating the same words, advice, lingo, catchphrases, etc. I want us all out of these boxes. I won't and don't agree with everything said all the time. But would they think I am mad? I am bad or negative or in some crappy mentality? I'm so mad. One size doesn't fit all. And what I loved about what she shared is the truth of the pain within that we all go through once we hit our healing journey. And you could spend like a year, a few months, 10 years, 20 years working through all this. I know I have. And having all this information here, logically, like you're meant to speak this way. You have to take on a full responsibility over everything, regardless if you're an empath and that you do feel everyone, and a lot of that energy within you isn't actually even yours to begin with. But you get in this place where you're exhausted, you're depleted, you feel like you haven't moved an iota forward, and it feels like when you get on YouTube or what are they called? The other social media stuff, like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, you feel like everyone else has moved on. They've all gotten the thing. And then you're like, oh, she got the thing, so I'm going to do the thing that she's done so that I can be as successful or as wonderful or as intuitive or as free as this person. And that is just going down the rabbit hole, my love. You don't have to do any of that stuff. All this knowledge you have been acquiring, and I'm saying knowledge because it isn't wisdom. Wisdom comes from within. It is knowledge that you have been receiving and learning and trying all these like healing modalities, different ways. Like, well, it's working for them. How come it's not working for me? And I do this and I do that and it's not working for me. I'm still feeling shitty about who I am. I still feel awful. I still have all these feelings. I still feel jealous. I still feel angry. I still feel less of myself. I don't feel confident and worthy. And it really screws with your mind, because What you're being told is if you try this strategy out or do this modality or try this out or have this information, then and only then can you connect to divinity, and then and only then you will feel so much better, and finally your life will blossom into the life that you really desire. Now, the truth of the matter is this. All of that is knowledge you have acquired, my love, okay? But it's not the true knowing inside. And what's crazy is the true knowing inside has been screaming at you all along. And you're probably like, yeah, but I can't find it. I totally get it. I totally get it. And I'm not saying like I'm 100% all-knowing being now. No, I am fantastic at channeling information for everyone and their mother. Like, I'm just so great, right, at doing that. And not so great at doing it for myself as much. However, I've come a long way where I can trust myself more than ever before, but I still have a long way to go. And that's fine. And that's okay. And that's not a big deal. And just for you to know, I've been doing this work for over 18 years, like actually doing this work, but I've been studying it since I was like 18 or 16. So like, I changed it into a career path 18 years ago, but I've been doing this since, so it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant how many years you've done this. I'm telling you from somebody who's done this my whole life. This is it. And I'm not saying that I am all like at peace and in a cloud. No, I'm at peace with my darkness. I'm at peace with so many aspects of myself that still show up that I'm not at peace in, and then I find peace with it, right? Discover the gifts of your disempowered self. That's the juice of it all. So if you're feeling drained, if you're still searching for the thing that's going to make you like everyone else that you're watching, make you like all the people that you admire, all the people that are saying, and now I have found inner guidance and peace, and now millions of dollars are flooding me everywhere, and now I found my perfect partner, and all that language. Okay. I'm not saying don't believe them. Maybe that is their lifestyle, you know? But there's a lack of truth in that also, right? I really like to call it the spiritual industry. It has become an industry because it is, a lot of it is not truth. And so you don't have to search. It's so great you have this information in you now, in your knowledge box. Like, you have an incredible toolbox by now that you can pull out anything, and anything anyone says, you're like, well, I know that language. I know what that means. I've read the book. I've heard the seminar. I've gone to that workshop. All that is true. However, the thing that maybe, let's just say, you truly neglected is the true fact that there was nothing you really needed to learn, and that there was nothing to actually fix about you. Like, your spurts of anger are actually something fabulous. Your quirks, the things you hate about you are actually the things that hold your gifts. Like, your procrastination is actually intuition. And I have a whole chapter about that. If you're like all like, oh my God, I'm such a procrastinator, go get the book. Read that entire chapter about procrastination. Discover the book is Discover the Gifts of Your Disempowered Self. You'll find it in the description below. But honestly, the delights of procrastination, what it actually truly means. So just remember, everything here is upside down. So whatever they deem bad, like, motivation is supposedly amazing. There's a video coming out about it. And understanding that no, actually, that's the egoic drive, but inspiration is true divine drive. So there's so much mishap and miscommunication of hating certain aspects of you that the program says you must hate, and looking for becoming someone, this utopic entity that everybody, like the world has come up with this utopic person, this utopic concept of the perfect person. They're at peace inside. They're one with the divine. They sit in nature and they feel everything and everyone, and they're just talking to the leaves. Yes, that does happen. I do talk to nature, but it's not all the time. Sometimes I'm just not there, right? You could talk, and then this utopic person is like, they're confident and self-assured, and they trust themselves, they trust life, they trust earth, they choose always the right people. They follow their passion and they make millions of dollars. They're like, la 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 la. They're the greatest manifestors of all time. And life, just when they did this one thing, life just opened up. That is a possibility. If you do this one thing, that life does open up because it was your portal. But at the end of the day, we're all still human, and we're going to continue being human if you're in human form. You're going to have shadow aspects show up, which I call the disempowered versions of you. I mean, come on. It's like your own timeline plus your ancestor lineage plus whatever DNA you've triggered. I mean, there's a lot in there. And it's like just accepting it, being like, this is just the way it is. This is just the way it is. There's nothing to fix about me because it's my unique blueprint. I'm supposed to be okay with my anger. I'm supposed to be joyous with my sadness. Like, sad is not wrong. Anger is not wrong. It's just the program. Happy is not good. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean like these categories, yes, they cause us pain, right? Therefore, we don't like them. We call them bad boo-boo, but it doesn't mean that there's anything in you to fix once you start your spiritual journey and you start to like inundate yourself with that knowledge. It's great to have that knowledge. Now, this is the greatest shift. You're not receiving this knowledge so that you can fix yourself. And this is where you change it. This is where you change it for you. You're receiving all this knowledge, okay, so that you can add it to your toolbox, so that when you do sit with yourself and you ask the divine, how do I release? How do I work with? What do I do? Where do I go? Your toolbox opens up and the divine says, use EFT here. You know what? Journal here. Go hug the tree here. It'll use your toolbox. That's how channeling happens. It uses the information you have gathered and received so the divine can speak through you. So they tell you, for example, this is going to hone it in so that you can understand what I'm like bringing to you, because you're like profound. You're like amazing. You're like fantastical. I love the word fantastical. I don't know if it's real or it isn't, but the word fantastical is fantastic. It just makes it so much better. So you are fantastical, meaning whatever it is that you have acquired as information because you wanted to fix yourself, it wasn't to fix yourself. It was so that you have this, so that you have this incredible array of information where when you want to channel guidance for yourself or for anyone or get a download, you have like a language, a massive language within you. The divinity can be like, yeah, that one there, you'll get a memory like, oh my God, I haven't done, TAT was another one that I have under my belt. I haven't done TAT in so long. Hey, that's the one I want to use. Oh, I'll use that one. That's how it's done. You know, it's not for you to fix or heal yourself. It's so that when you want to connect to divinity, you're a bit of like, you know, I want to trust myself more. Like, what needs to be released? What needs to be shown? What is the thing? And you've done the thing. You've acquired this information. It's easier. It's like when they tell you your dreams, for example, are like, they will use information in your dreams, how you interpret life, and they'll show you like, if I am shown a table in my dream, but a table to me actually means a dining table where everyone sits and eats, not a center table or a side table or a picnic table, then when I'm shown a table in a dream, even if it looks like a picnic table or a side table, a table will translate to me because of my waking life and how I've translated table to a dining table. So when I see a table, then it could interpret for me in the dream, because it uses symbolism, which is the same way in which you channel. You will be like, oh, it's a gathering of people. We're having dinner, right? Somebody else's interpretation of a table, and they'll see a table in their dream, but for them, it symbolized arguments, right? Whenever they gathered around a table, it was argument. So it's your specific deciphering code. So when you're gathering information of the spiritual industry, and I'm not saying their tools are bad, their tools are fabulous. I still use them. I think it's amazing. But it's not from the perception of I'm broken or I need to be fixed. I'm gathering this so when I speak to divinity or my guides, your angels, whoever it is that you speak to of the light, you are actually, they have more lingo within you, right, to point out to point you in the direction that will be of service to you in this moment, for now. And then the next moment you'll get a different, you'll, instead of getting a table, you might get a chair, or you might get a tree. But it's according to your interpretation, how you received that information. So let's say you did a shamanic ceremony and now you got that information, right? But you received it through your portal, through your understanding. It shifted something within you so that then you can do it in your way, right? I hope this is making sense. So yes, it is frustrating when you're talking to somebody who hasn't embodied the truth, but is just like mimicking. And that's what we all have done. We've all been like, well, we're supposed to speak this way. If we're on the spiritual awakening journey, we have to say, yes, I understand. You know what? Like there's this tone. You have to be very peaceful. You're supposed to talk gently. But I talk like this, Sometimes I'm like, blah, 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 and sometimes I'm all like, da, 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 da. It all depends. You're allowed to shift and change. You don't have to be one identity all the time. How bloody boring. Who even wants that anymore? Even though that makes us feel secure and stable. But damn, it's boring. And so there is no specific way you're supposed to be when you're on the spiritual path. The only thing is, make sure that you're not doing it because you need to fix yourself or make yourself feel better. You're doing it to receive the information of the 3D and how it's used for you to feel better when you tap into what modality you want to use. I hope this is making sense because it's so deep, and I'm starting to notice that the people I'm speaking to are pretty deep. Like, you guys are amazing. You're not on the top layer of stuff. You've gone deep. You've done the work. You've figured it out. But then there's there's something further you need to go into, and it's more of like a self-love and a self-acceptance, but I'm going to talk about that. Not the self-love that's being presented in the program. It's a completely different thing. It's a completely different way of doing it. Actually, I've got a PDF. I think I'll put it here. It's a free PDF. You can try it out. It's amazing. It'll show you, and you'll understand the difference between self-love and it's got questions for you there. It's very interactive. It's really funky. So I'll have to remember, put a note that I'll put that in the description so that you can try it out to give you a clearer perspective on that. So when I say self-love, the word I actually like to use because that's just been overdone and now it's got energetic hooks to it that are diluting the truth. It's more of self-acceptance, and you're in a self-discovery journey. You are not in a healing journey. You never have been, you never had to, you never were. There was nothing to heal or fix about you, my love. You're in a self-discovery. You're discovering who you are, because the more you discover who you are and you're like, oh, look at all these versions of me and pockets of energies. I like get angry, and I'm like, I have jealousy, and I have joy and happiness, and I'm like a child, and I'm like a mature adult, and I'm discovering the wonder of who I am. And that's the beauty of it. You're self-discovering. You're not fixing you. You're not fixing you. It's crazy to think that you have to fix you. To fix you to become who? This utopic personality that the program came up with that nobody has reached, nobody could reach, and it doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. And even like the most powerful people on the planet that have created this bullshit are not even like that. They can't even measure up to it. Right? It's the same thing they do in classes, in classrooms with children. They have this utopic identity of a child. Speak at the right time. They don't interrupt, but they do put their hand up enough times, but not too much, or then they're taking over the rest of the class. They sit quietly and they take notes. They really pay attention to the teacher. They ask the right questions. They answer at the right time. Like, who is that being? Is that a robot? Is that what the teachers want? This is they get A's all the time. But they're perfect. They do the projects right at the right. Like, who is that child? They go to the bathroom at the right time. Like, what? And that's what they're trying to measure children up to. And that's what the grading system is. Your performance. You haven't performed to this illusionary being. And we're doing the same thing in the spiritual industry. We're performing for an illusionary being. okay, that people are projecting onto us that isn't real. Isn't real. It's an AI. It's a lie to make you feel always bad about who you are and there's something wrong with you because you're not spiritually correct. Anyway, I'm going to get off of this topic. I think I've been here long enough. I wanted to clarify. Thank you so much for your incredible comment. I would love to hear your feedback. I can go into depth. There are so many pockets of realities that need to be popped, especially for all of us who are awakening. You are awakening. And it's like, no, awaken to truth, right? And I understand this is a bridge. It's a bridge. You're going to have to go through all this to actually wake up and be like, wait a minute. Have I been lied to? Is all this crap true? I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to check where the video is because I have a whole bunch of videos and one of them is the healing, like take a break from healing. I want to figure out where it is because I've been referring people to it and I just noticed it isn't uploaded. So I'm going to look for it and upload it so that you guys can watch it because there's a lot of information there and there's a lot of permission slips for you. I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves. I do provide one-on-one sessions, so you can reach out and send me an email and book a session with me. I'd love to connect with your beautiful soul and dive deeper and like do the thing personally just for you because you're unique. You're not like everybody else. So there's a unique blueprint for you and a unique gifts of yours that would love to come out. Anyway, whatever. I love you all so much. If you feel you're being supported by my channel, by me, by whatever I'm here to offer you, then I have a Buy Me a Coffee. This would really help support me continuing offering this stuff for free for you. And what else I'm supposed to say? Oh, subscribe, like, share, comment. This will help the algorithms and for it to get out there even more. What else am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say. Yeah, that's it. And just go into the description. There's a whole bunch of stuff and I'll try to look for that free PDF and put it in there. And when I put the healing one up, I will try to make it, I'll try to see if I can add it as an end card here so you guys can go watch it. So much info. All right. I love you all so much. Take care of your beautiful selves and your beautiful souls. And I will see you on another episode, video, whatever these are, channels. Share your comments, share your, if you have a question, go right ahead. I delight in questions because I'm like, ooh, and your questions, even though I've gotten so many questions all the time and I sit one-on-ones and I receive them, you know what, that every single question you have, another portal opens up for new information. And that's why I adore it because I get to also be like, oh, there's a different angle being shown to me. There's a tweak here. There's an insight here. So I'm like, it's just always so delightful. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Sending you a big hug and a massive kiss and enjoy being you for today. All of you. The yucky you. You know what? Enjoy being the yucky you today. Enjoy being all the things you hate about you. Enjoy being them for just a day. Try it out.